Hey guys, in this video we're gonna be checking out the top 5 best weighted blankets that are available on the market for their true quality. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Starting at number 5, we have the Luna Cotton Weighted Blanket. Across the board, the Luna Cotton is a great weighted blanket. It's comfortable, evenly weighted, great for thermoregulation, made with healthier materials, OEKO Tex 100 certified cotton, and costs considerably less than some of the competition. Double batting surrounds the beads, keeping them more evenly distributed throughout every square of this quilted blanket. The 100% cotton exterior adds another layer of comfort, like a nice set of cotton sheets against your skin. This versatile blanket manages to be both warm in cold weather and cool enough in warm weather. As the icing on the cake, the exceptionally comfortable Luna is available in a staggering variety of colors, sizes, and weights. The double batting makes this blanket a bit stiffer than other models, although that's not necessarily a bad thing. Where other weighted blankets tend to drape and hug every curve of your body, the Luna maintains its shape a touch better and feels more like a regular blanket. This also helps it keep some space around your body, adding to its overall comfort and effective temperature range. It doesn't include a duvet cover, but it features numerous loops on the edges and corners to accommodate one. Luna sells covers for extra, and with the comparatively low cost of this blanket, we think it's a reasonable price for what you get. Across the board, this weighted blanket was the most well-liked by our panel of testers and a great value, to boot. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Waowoo Adult Weighted Blanket. The Waowoo Adult is a solid budget pick for a weighted blanket. Batting on one side gives an extra layer between you and the glass beads, helping to distribute their weight throughout each square. Eyelets around the perimeter of the blanket make it easy to attach a duvet cover if you like, though one isn't included. It comes in plenty of sizes, some children-specific dimensions, and a range of weights on the low end of the spectrum. Available for a shockingly low price, this blanket is a relatively inexpensive way to dip your toes in the waters of weighted blankets without spending a ton of money on something you're not sure about yet. The biggest downside about the Waowoo is that it has batting protecting just one side of the bead-filled quilted squares. This means that when you use it with the non-batted side against your body, you can feel all the individual glass beads sitting in little piles. However, used in its intended orientation, comfort is high. Not all the squares are evenly filled, with some of the edges holding up to twice as many beads as many of the middle squares, giving it an overall lighter feeling than many others. We love using this blanket as a top layer on a bed, where it won't get flipped over to the non-batted side and has an extra layer or two between it and your body to better even out some of its inconsistencies. And for such a low price, it's hard to beat this simple value. At number 3, we have the Bearaby HandKnit Weighted Blanket. Coming in only a small range of throw sizes, the Bearaby Cotton Napper is a little too niche to be our favorite overall blanket, despite scoring highly across the board. This chunky knit napping cover is very soft and cozy feeling. The loose knitting drapes easily across your body, making this blanket feel like it's hugging you all over. Like all knitted blankets, its weight is more evenly distributed across its area and will never pool in areas like a quilted model. Knitted fairly loosely, the Bearaby stretches quite a bit and allows airflow through the yarn. Great when you want to be cozy but don't necessarily need a ton of extra warmth. While our 5 feet 4 inches tester loved napping under the Bearaby, our 6 feet tester found it to be just a little too small for good napping coverage. Since it doesn't come in larger sizes that are more conducive to bigger bodies or being used on beds, this blanket is best for hanging out on the couch and curling up in a comfy chair. Its small size and loose knit also let it stretch quite a lot, opening holes between stitching that can be rather drafty in the winter. We really love how soft, weighty, drapey, and generally comfortable the Bearaby is, but it's overall a rather niche blanket, best for adding coziness to your couch hangout time during mild weather. At number 2, we have the Qility Weighted Blanket. The Qility Weighted is one of the only blankets we tested that includes a duvet cover with your purchase. Unlike most duvet covers, this one is micro plush, with a soft, deep velvety feel that's great against the skin. Despite batting on both sides of the glass beads, this entire blanket is much softer and more flexible than most other quilted models, helping it drape more and hug the body closer. This, in turn, makes it feel heavier than other blankets of the same size and weight. Adding the micro plush duvet cover to that package increases its hug-like heaviness even more, and it does a superb job of keeping body heat in on cold nights. However, this feeling proved to be polarizing among our testers. Some loved the extra weight, the comforting closeness, and the silky plush feeling of the Qility. Others found its extra drape too heavy and constricting feeling in its micro plush to cling too close, which has the effect of making you feel trapped underneath. Despite having an easily removable cover, the Qility is also not that easy to clean. The inner blanket must be dry cleaned, and the micro plush duvet cover can't be put in the dryer. Those things aside, if you want your weighted blanket to keep you warm and hug you back, you just may love this super soft option. And finally at number 1, we have the ZonLi Cooling Weighted Blanket. With chunky knit weighted blankets on the rise, this cozy option from ZonLi Cooling is our favorite of the bunch. Its oversized yarn is actually filled with heavy batting surrounded by soft fibers that make it both knitted and squishy, and very snuggly. By cutting out the beads and relying instead on uniformly weighted knitting, the ZonLi feels the most like a comfortable hug of any blanket we tested. It stretches as you move underneath it before settling back on your body in a very comforting way. Though knitted blankets can sometimes be drafty, the ZonLi is much less so than others we tested, thanks to the natural holes in the knitting. The individual stitches stay together rather well and also make the blanket look nice. Although other blankets from ZonLi come in various colors, this knitted version is quite limited. As with many knitted items, the sides can roll up a touch, but the overall large size helps mitigate this issue. This is a fairly warm blanket when not stretched and motionless, but for cold sleepers, the spaces between threads may be too much. It's technically machine washable, though the manufacturer recommends using a laundry bag. They also direct you to hang the blanket to dry it, though knit items should always be laid flat to dry to avoid stretching out. Our test blanket did retain a faint, unpleasant smell throughout our testing, though we expect this to go away eventually. Bottom line, when choosing a knitted weighted blanket, the ZonLi was our pick every time. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.